Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He wants to start this drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Wants to throw on first down. He wants it all. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in South Bend. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they... Third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Creates a little space. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about this speed? But
got it in stride inside the 20, and he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Bangs it through for an extra point. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
To the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Ready to fire from the pistol. The hand to the running back. Fights off a defender.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Scanning the field, it's Conway. Got his man quickly. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Deep shot for the end zone. Pass is broken up. Incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
They'll send out the kicker here. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here come the Irish back on offense. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Running to Green. Oh, he's got some space. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
A strike downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big... 16-yard line.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Here's the pressure. Can't connect on his first throw.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Touchdown, Notre Dame! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It was starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the...
And the sack! All the way back at the 5.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but... it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Running back searching for a hole. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He's got it near midfield. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Got it in the middle. It's Vincent. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's Frazier. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him. Working that left side now. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point will tack another one onto into this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The give on the inside. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lane.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here come the Irish back on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Might be changing the route. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Frazier. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half, and here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
4th down and 10, and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab, ready for the 1st down. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. They're testing the right side here. Can't get him to the ground. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Irish! Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5.
When you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet sticker. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win column.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Last drive was a quick 3-and-out, and now time is even more of a factor to get something going. Back to throw, it's Conway. Under fire. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays. And now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this,
turning it on, delivers the stiff arm. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless of how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Might be calling a hot route. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air, it's Frazier. Lets it fly. Give him 6. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Texas looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field like Bevo in the pregame.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Punts it out of the air. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking downfield on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go well.
And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Wants to throw. It's Conway. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Kansas State will have to punt it away.
Number 14 on to kick it away.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here come the Irish back on offense. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Second down.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On fourth down, going to the air. Shoots it to the left. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Here we go. They'll leave it with him. He breaks a tackle. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The give to the tailback. Got enough space. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
That's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting a drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home, isn't it? Come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Dropping back, it's Conway. They go to the wide receiver screen. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Give to the running back. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. On the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
So now it's second and long. So he'll keep it on the draw. There he goes. At the 20. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift. A late touchdown.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. And they're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know the next time you take the field which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming in this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We can kick them in the face.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Look out, he's got room. Breaks the tackle. They'll bring him down, but not before he put people in the spin cycle.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
Motion from the back. Softened him up with a run, now to throw. He uncorks one deep. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Dropping back, it's Frazier. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. He caught it. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. With that latest touchdown pass, might be a good time to mention Brady Quinn threw 6 touchdown passes against BYU. That record might be in jeopardy.
And that's a good day. If you're starting to talk about that already, you know he's spinning it. He's in the zone. He's feeling it. Read the defense. Everything coming out on target. He is having himself a day.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They go to the ground. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And that is how we will wrap this one up. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute this?